Hey, Abby students, Mr. Yantz, and we're going to start a chapter that for years I've had to skip over, but since we're on semesters now, I can get this chapter in, which I'm excited about because I really like this chapter. So, some new videos. So this is chapter 17, and it's about the sense organs, and I asked a question for a bell ringer. How many sense organs are in the body? And most people don't realize there's millions because you have all those receptors in your skin. Those are called general sense receptors. Touch, temperature, pain doesn't necessarily have to be intense. It can be, but just picking up an object and saying, "Hey, it's dull," it's smooth, it's rough, it's warm, it's cold. Um, that's your general sense organs. And then special sense organs is what we'll focus on mainly the eye. We talked about the brain and how 95% of new learning mainly comes through the eyes, and then hearing's right behind it, and taste, smell, equilibrium, inner ear, all those types of things. So that's basically what we're going to kind of focus on today is how we classify them. And you can see these are the ones inside your skin. They're very close and compact. This actually is kind of a cool one. This is actually a pain receptor. And you can see all these little purple dots in here. Those are sense organs that are just jam packed on top of each other. You can see it looks like they're huge, but that's how we kind of perceive the world, right? And then the special ones we'll focus on for the most part. So we'll probably talk a little bit about the general ones just kind of in passing, and then we'll kind of focus on those special sense organs um, as we kind of go. All right. Um, so we classify receptors a couple different ways, or sense organs. One's by location. This is pretty easy. We got superficial or exterior receptors, which means they're close to the exterior part of the body. Then we have deep ones, which are deep inside the body. Most of the time, you don't even know the deep ones, internal ones are there unless you have, a flu-like symptoms, or you get a really deep laceration. Um, you sprain an ankle, you stretch tendons and ligaments, then they're there. But we mainly deal with the superficial ones for the most part. And then we have classification according to structure. We have free nerve endings, which pretty much what it says. Naked nerve endings, another good way of putting it. They're just exposed, very quick reacting, fatigue quickly, but they quick react. If I pick up a scalding hot dish, I want to let go of it very quickly. So they really respond quickly. Encapsulated has a cover around them, as the name suggests. Takes a little more to activate them, but once they're activated, then they're there as well. So just a couple different ways: location, structure. There you can see we talked about that. There's an encapsulated one, whereas these are just more free. Okay. Um, and then the main way we classify them is by what exactly stimulates them, right? What triggers them? That might be a better way of putting it. Mechanoreceptors by mechanical stimuli, touch, pressure, those types of things. Chemoreceptors, pretty self-explanatory. Different types of chemicals. The ones we really know well is nociceptors. Noso is pain, so those are intense. Ones that the body recognizes, hey, this is going to injure me, so I need to react to them. Thermoreceptors are more warm, cool. The intense ones are going to go the noso, but thermo is that heat, hot and cold type of thing. And then the ones we'll really focus on later in notes and do a lab on and do some stuff with is the photoreceptors, found in the eye. And obviously they're activated by light. And we'll talk about cones and rods. You've probably heard of that term before. Um, and we'll talk about that. And then the distribution of receptors is very widespread. Um, they're not uniform. Like your fingertips, man, you smash your fingers. I hit my finger with a hammer the other day, man, you know it because they are packed in your fingertips because we do so many things with our hands, right? Whereas maybe the small of your back, your abdomen, they're going to be a little more sparse. They don't need to be concentrated. We don't use that as much. It's not like we go around picking stuff up with our stomach and our back, right? So they're obviously going to be concentrated in our feet, our hands, our fingertips, our face. That's why it hurts when you get hit in the face with something. So not uniform. Concentrated in some areas, not so much in others. All right. I hope that makes sense. Kind of a short note period today. I just kind of want to get introduced, and then we'll kind of get in the meat and potatoes in a little more detail with some of this stuff as we go. Hey, have a good day, and we'll talk to you later.